Is coming in like it should. Right now we're checking audio and video. Awesome sauce. It looks like we are live in 3, 2, and 1 on Facebook. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Tanya Smith with Mindfully Marketing at mindfullymarketing.com. And I want to thank you so much for those of you who are joining us. I'm a little later than I normally am. So usually we start this show at 5:30 p.m. But I had a couple of little things that held me back today. So what we're going to talk about tonight, since it is evening time here in Dallas, 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time for those of you who are on the East Coast, and a little bit earlier for those of you who are my West Coast fans and friends. But what we're going to talk about. So we're going to talk a little bit about the answer to a specific question. So my question for you, first of all, is this. Have you been finding yourself really struggling with a way to identify the best platform to sell your products, your services, whether it be courses that you might have, or coaching services, or perhaps it is that you want to find the best and the most perfect platform for giving away your lead magnets in order to get and collect emails. So I am also one of those people who's constantly looking for platforms that will help me to streamline and save time, right? And so the one that we're going to talk about tonight is called Podia, P-O-D as in David, I-A. And I just want to walk you through some reasons why I decided to go with this platform. And I'll show you a quick demo of the back end of it so you can get an idea of what it looks like, since this is Toolbox Tuesday. But before we do that, I'll go ahead and share my short intro video with you, and then I'll be right back to answer the question of what is Podia and how could it possibly be the best platform, or at least one of the best platforms for you to host and sell your courses, your products, and your services. All right, we'll be right back. All right, again, folks, welcome back. My name is Tanya Smith of Mindfully Marketing at mindfullymarketing.com. And we're going to talk a little bit about Podia, P-O-D-I-A, because I want to share with you a little bit of the back end of Podia so you can kind of see what it looks like. And really what I was on the hunt for at the time that I found this service is I was looking for a way to actually take some of the online courses that I already had housed previously inside of my WordPress blog. I'd also experimented with putting some of them into the 22 Social platform. So if you've been following me for a while, you know that I've also used 22 Social very well inside of Facebook. But I was looking for a way to find a platform that I could use that would allow me to host some of my online courses with ease. Meaning that I didn't want to do a whole lot of setup. I wanted to not have to buy a bunch of different plugins and manage and maintain each of those plugins inside of my WordPress blog, which is one of the things that I had previously done. When I wanted to host a new course or launch something new, I wanted it to be simple, easy, quick, and also affordable too. And so 22 Social will definitely allow you to do all those things. But the one challenge that I've always had is that it is still specific to Facebook. And so what I was looking for, especially with more and more of my clients coming from other social media platforms such as LinkedIn and other areas, Twitter, what I was looking for would be an alternative for those people who didn't necessarily want to frequent Facebook and don't want to use their personal profile in order to be able to access the courses. I was getting more and more, I won't say pushback, but more feedback from people that they wanted access, but they didn't want to have to go through that sign-in process using their Facebook profile. So what we do as marketers is we have to make sure that we're doing the right thing, that we're listening to our customers, that we're paying attention. And look, this is not going to be for everybody because there are those who are still doing very well, simply just promoting everything inside of Facebook. So please do not get me wrong. What I'm saying is, from my personal experience, I wanted to make sure that I had some alternatives ready because I still do love the different things that I've used in the past, but I need to be able to use something as a backup or as a complement to the other programs and services that I tend to offer. So I ended up, excuse me, I ended up looking at Podia after I looked at another service called Kajabi. Excuse me. Let me take a real quick sip. And while I'm doing that, for those of you who are watching, please feel free to say hello. Just wave at me. Let me know where you're from. Let me know that you're here. The only way that I know that you're here because of the tools that I'm using is if you leave a comment for me. So just say hello if you're here live. And if you're watching the replay, do a hashtag replay. Just put hashtag replay in the comments. But meanwhile, one of the things that I was looking at is Kajabi, Kajabi. So some of you may be familiar with that platform. And I love how it has everything. So from creating your funnel to being able to host your courses, creating membership pages, all kinds of different things you can do inside of that, even webinars connected inside of your funnel. You can do a lot with Kajabi. And I think you're going to pay, if you're doing the lowest or the basic level, somewhere between $150 to $199. I don't remember right off the bat. But if you're doing that per month, in addition to that, you're also thinking through the fact that they only allow you at that basic level up to 3 items, 3 services that you can sell. So I was okay with that for a short bit. And then I realized, no, I actually want to do more, but I really don't want to pay over $200. I don't want to be doing $250 a month for a service, especially if there's no guarantee that I'm going to get that return on investment. Now, I would say that I still absolutely enjoyed and appreciated Kajabi, and I probably will be back. But Podia was a good middle tool. And by that, what I mean is it still was affordable, even at the highest level. Their premium is somewhere around $70 a month. You have unlimited ability to be able to promote products and services. It was really quick and easy to set up. I like that it is clean looking. There's a lot of white space. And so I'm going to kind of show you the back end of it. But before I do that, let me get into, let me get you the right screen here. So I'm going to share with you, if I can do it, we're going to get you to the right screen. So what I would like to do is to show you the back end of, there we go. All right. So we're going to show you the back end of Podia. I was going to say Kajabi, but we didn't end up landing there at this time anyway. Okay, so here is my Podia training center. And you'll see what I've done with this is I've actually set it up so that it looks so it has my logo at the very top. It's got links that match or mirror the links in my own main website. It has a login here at the top as well for those people who have purchased items and who are members of my membership program. Then I also have additional information down here. So it looks much like a very clean landing page, but then it has different options as far as training that's available. So I'm using this as a training center in conjunction with my blog at Mindfully Marketing. And so they even allow you to have custom domain names. So you'll see up here that I have training.mindfullymarketing.com. And I'll tell you what I'm using it for right now. There's several things, so I'll point them out. I apologize for the scrolling. Okay, one thing is I'm actually promoting my Facebook Live Marketing Planner, which is a free item that people can download and then be added to my mailing list to receive additional information. So this is a really convenient way to actually promote a free product. And I'll show you what ends up popping up is it will take the person who's viewing your information into a page where there is, you've set it up again as a specific sales page this time. So not a sales page in this case, but a lead magnet page. Yes, send me the free planner. This was super easy. All I had to literally do is plug in my copy and plug in my images. And when people sign up, they're going to get a little pop-up window. They enter their email address, agree to the terms of service of privacy, and all of that stuff. And it basically just like you would any other type of lead magnet, and you're ready to go. So let me back on out of here. The other thing that I liked about this, besides the ease, it also allows me to sell like an ongoing 5-day challenge. So I have this also in my 22 social site, but the fact that this is here, it is super clean. And this is what I really want to show you, which I thought was cool. When I set this up, I've given people access or permission, actually not on this one, but in some of these, and I'll find one, you can give people permission to actually view the outline of your program. So instead of you sitting there and kind of writing through each of the different lessons that's available, what you can do is as you're creating the content, here you go, this is what it looks like. You'll see, or people will see as they're preparing to purchase, an outline exactly of what you're going to be selling. So here's my lessons, and when they try to get access, if they're not already paid up, it will pop up the box to say, okay, if you want access, go ahead and pay for it. But it kind of gives them that fear of missing out, because you can see all of these different things that are available, what they're going to get when they sign up for the course, and then they have the ability to enroll. I can even add an FAQ section. So there's just so much that you can do with this. Now, one final thing I'll show you as far as the back end of this that I really, really, really liked is just the other day I decided to add an affiliate program, which is also part of the Podia premium level. So I'm talking about at your highest level, you can purchase the highest level and get all the features that they have to offer, which I think is really, really affordable. And so here's my Mindful Marketers Club, which is where people can apply to join and become an affiliate. And so they receive 30% for every person who ends up purchasing a product or service through the site using their link. So this allows me to create an affiliate program. Once people sign up, they're able to see posts that are made just for or intended just for people who have become affiliates. So there's just so much that I found. I've gotten a little creative with it. Excuse me, I'm just having a little bit of a coughing fit today. But I'm having a lot of fun with just putting it all together. And we'll see how well it really does. But I want to show you a little bit about the back end too. But first, let me kind of scan and see if there are any questions, because I'm sure you're kind of thinking through, well, is this right for me? Is this something that I might be, find useful for my own business? So I'm happy to answer those questions if anybody has some. Be sure that you're leaving me a few questions. I see a few people there, so hello. All right. So if you do have questions, put them in the comments and I'll be looking for those. But meanwhile, I thought that it's just a really simple to put together tool. And let me show you just how simple it is. So I'm going to do a quick demo of the back end. And since we don't stay on too long with these Tuesday toolboxes, I'll try to ramp things up and go pretty quickly. But I want to show you this because I think it is just super cool. Let's see. All right, so this is the Podia homepage when you first go in here or go to sign up. You're going to see that you have a free trial. And I would highly recommend that you do the trial so that you can see if in that 14 days, this is something that you might be interested in using for your own business. It will give you some different ways and different ideas that people have used Podia for. You can sign up for their mailing list. There are no transaction fees, which is really kind of unheard of with most of these type of services, right? So you can use, by the way, PayPal and Stripe. Those are both the different options that they have available. But I would highly recommend that you take the trial first and see if this is right for you. Now, let me scroll on over here and I'm going to show you the back end of my own storefront is what they call it. But I need to switch real quick here inside of our OBS. So let me make a quick switch. All right, and what we're going to do here. Okay, that should be it. All right, awesome. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to show you the storefront. Excuse me. And inside of the storefront, so remember I showed you my front page. I wanted to show you just how easy it was for me to set it up, because once you've added various products here, you can actually hide certain products and not have them active. Excuse me. I didn't want everything that I sell on here, but I wanted certain things to be active at this time because I'm really talking about live streaming right now and social media marketing. So those are the prominent products, right? Including some of my one-on-one coaching experiences, by the way. So I've included an outline of various coaching experiences, even though they list as courses. Once a person goes inside of the actual page, you'll see more detail about what that all involves. But over here on the left-hand side is where you'll see the storefront outline. So I can hide different sections. So let me show you this. Watch this. If I click this, now it's moved that out of the way. I can drag things to where I want them to be. So reposition different modules and sections within. It's just super easy to do, I promise you. And when you're ready to add, you can actually theme it by your color. So my branded color is a specific hex code. I knew what I wanted to put in there, so that it would be available throughout for branding purposes. You can add FAQs, as I mentioned before. You can add sections with videos. You can add sections with images and additional text. So it's super easy. And once you've actually made your changes, you click publish. I'm not going to publish now because I don't want to mess up what I have there. But the other thing that you can do is for each of the different landing pages. So over here, remember I think I showed you on camera confidence, right? So if I decided that I didn't want to make it clear to people exactly what I have in my course, because maybe I'm thinking, oh, somebody else is trying to steal my actual outline and create their own course based off of mine, right? Because people do that. I could go ahead and hide this table of contents section. But I don't want to do that because I don't have that fear. I believe that what's meant for me is for me. And you should think the same way too, if at all possible. What's for me is for me, and what's for someone else is for them. Meanwhile, let me take you to the admin page. And so back here is where you'll see people have actually recently signed up for the Facebook Live Marketing Planner and for some other things. I won't go through all of that because I don't want to show all those names. We were just in the editor. Where did I want to take you? I wanted to take you to products. In products is where you are actually creating your products. So let me show you what this looks like, which is pretty cool. So inside of the on-camera confidence program, text, and maybe there are links to specific things because I knew there were articles that I wanted people to see inside of here. There are checklists that I've made available inside the course. So all of this you can build in here. One thing that's really cool, and you may have noticed this when I showed you the actual landing page, one thing that's pretty cool is that you can make any of these a free preview section to kind of give people a teaser about what you're selling. So I hope that gives you a little bit of some background. There's other information up here. Here's where that membership site is. So where I created the affiliate training information. So when someone signs up to be an affiliate, then they instantly receive a welcome post and they get some other information like a free guide on how to sell. I'll be adding some additional posts in here too. We just set this up. But it's super exciting that these options are all inside of Podia and I don't have to go out and buy a bunch of extra, services, plugins, tools. And it's really affordable, right? So right here, you can actually create email drip campaigns. You can create newsletters. I will tell you, I don't use this much, which is why you only see one here, because I prefer to use my real, and I'll say my preferred email marketing service for that versus trying to do all of that inside of Podia. That's the one disadvantage. I must be catching a cold and I'm so sorry. That's the one disadvantage I would say about the platform, is that I don't think that the email marketing system is the greatest. I think that there's some things that they can tweak. So for instance, when you send an email, as you just saw right there, if you send a drip campaign, there's no way to test it and to see for yourself unless you go through the real process. Like if you've done a sequence and you have one going out today, one going out 2 days from now, you can't see it unless you go through the full sequence yourself. There's not a draft. And so I've submitted that as some feedback to them because I would like to see what is this going to look like and how will it flow before it goes out to people through their system. So instead, I'm using my old reliable Active Campaign to flow the emails through. And it does integrate with a couple of different things. It integrates with MailChimp, Active Campaign, I think also ConvertKit. Not too many other ones, but those are the major ones. Those are the major players that most of us have anyway. So I would absolutely recommend that if you're doing the trial, you kind of test that part out and see what you would be interested in using. But again, the benefit is that it's all still right there and built into this platform. So you're not having to worry about going out and piecemealing and finding other stuff if you don't want to. And you don't have all those different extra monthly fees to pay for different services. So anyway, I would highly recommend taking a peek at Podia if you haven't already. Do the 14-day trial, check it out and see. I do not have an affiliate link for them. Just go to podia.com, Podia.com. Let them know I sent you. I want them to know that I'm a good customer because I want them to also listen to the different pieces of feedback that I've been sharing with them too, so that they can make it better and we all can get maximum benefit for those new features and tools that I know that they're going to implement. Alrighty, folks. So it looks like we're at the end of our time, but I really, truly appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for paying attention for our Tuesday Toolbox. I'm sorry I'm a little off my game right now, but I'm feeling a little under the weather. And just before this video, I hit my toe and like really created a situation. And so I need to go tend to that because right now it's kind of going boom, 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 boom. And I've got it wrapped pretty good, but I may even have to go get stitches. That's how bad it is. So we'll be checking that out shortly. But meanwhile, I hope that you'll go check out Podia. And if you do have any questions, let me know. Leave them in the comments or send me a private message. And otherwise, I will see you back here. We're thinking Thursday we're going to do trends and tips. But if we miss that, then I'll make sure I communicate that here on the page. Okay? All right. Take care. And thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you.